Hello, I'm Chrissy De La Paz. Welcome to Rappler Talk. The Public-Private Partnership Center oversees the country's massive infrastructure campaign. Among those for implementation are the construction of a modern Mactan Cebu Airport Terminal and the Light Rail Transit or LRT extension to Cavite. How does the PPP Center roll out an infrastructure project from conceptualization to implementation? Joining us today is Cosette Canilao, PPP Center's Executive Director. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, Christy.
Good morning.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, can you explain to us how does the PPP Center roll out an infrastructure and how long does it normally take from conceptualization to implementation?
Yes. The PPP Center is mandated to assist implementing agencies in the preparation of their projects. So, right from the very start, from the procurement of transaction advisors, we can help them with that, and that takes about 2 months. And then from there on, the consultants or the transaction advisors would do the business case or feasibility study. So that would take about 4 to 6 months. And after that, then we will assist implementing agencies to secure approvals from the ICC and then the NEDA board. So from procurement of consultants or transaction advisors to securing ICC or NEDA board, that can easily take about 8 to 12 months.
Since the PPP Center's implementation establishment in 2010, the government has awarded 10 PPP projects. How many more projects are we targeting to award before the Aquino administration ends?
Yes, we are currently bidding out 12 projects, so that's already ongoing. And we've already secured approval from the ICC for 3 more, NEDA board for 3 more projects, which we intend to roll out before the year end. And then we are again waiting for the approval from the ICC and NEDA board for another 6 projects. So based on that, for the 12, we want all those projects to be awarded or to be bidded out and awarded before the end of the Aquino administration. Yes, but we're also practical, and we know the challenges that might be set in terms of bidding out all these projects in the pipeline.
So there are currently about 60 projects in the pipeline. How many more projects are we targeting to roll out or jumpstart before the Aquino administration ends?
Well, another 6 probably.
Another 6. What are those?
That would be the North-South Railway project, the NAIA redevelopment, the computerization projects of the LTFRB, of the Philippine Statistics Authority, and I forget the rest, but it's available in our website.
The PPP Center has conducted several roadshows last year. How does the investor interest, are we getting enough?
We've always had a lot of interest coming from Korea, most of the Asian countries, as well as the European countries. We have also embarked on doing an extensive roadshow in North America, Canada, Australia, and of course Australia, and well, the North America, Canada, and the US, and of course Australia.
What projects are they interested in?
Well, they're very interested in our regional prisons from the U.S., the prison facilities, from Japan, Korea, and Australia, our railroads and other social infrastructure projects.
Mostly are big tickets.
Yes, and mostly big ticket projects. Yeah, most foreign interests are for big ticket projects.
Right. But how do you compare the Philippines PPP Trust to those of the other countries?
There was a study commissioned or done by Infrascope, done by the economists, and from the 2011 study, we've been rated as number 8 in the world as the country that has a developed PPP regime. and we're now considered a developed PPP market.
But since its inception, the PPP Center has been criticized as slow. What are really the key hurdles in meeting the target implementation of these projects?
When we started, there was actually no mechanism on. We did have the executive order the, establishing our mandate, the PPP Center's mandate. We had the BOT law, but there was no mechanism on how to operationalize such like the PDMF. So we had to work from the scratch. Even for the PPP Center, we started with about, from 2010, we collapsed the Build, Operate, Transfer Center, or the BOT Center. And the PPP Center started with 11 staff. And then, henceforth, well, from then, we conducted a massive capability building campaign, not only to implementing agencies but to oversight agencies. So there were a lot of things that we had to do to come up with a robust platform to launch PPP projects. But that was in 2010. 2011, we rolled out and awarded the first PPP project, which is the Daanghari. And after we've put together the Project Development Monitoring Facility, or the PDMF, we were able to get consultants to help various implementing agencies in preparing the PPP projects. So it now, from there on, as you mentioned earlier, we were able to build a very robust pipeline of projects because of all the things that we had to do.
But what do you think are the changes the government should make to hasten the implementation of these projects and entice more investors to invest in our country's infrastructure?
Well, we improved the legal and regulatory framework. We also undertook several process improvements, streamlining of processes in appraisal, preparation, and evaluating PPP projects. And we've issued several policy guidelines to guide for implementing agencies to follow in terms of preparation and adopting PPP best practices. We've incorporated all those in the amendments to the BOT law, which we now call the PPP Act. So we are really working hard to have that PPP Act passed by Congress and the Senate before the end of President Aquino's term.
Can you give us a brief gist of the changes in the BOT law, and where does the BOT law amendment stand today?
Yes. Well, some of the points, salient points that we've included in the amendments are a clear mechanism for an unsolicited proposal. So we've expanded it and clarified certain criteria and steps on how to manage an unsolicited proposal. We've also introduced the concept of projects of national significance, and this is to ensure that major projects are protected or safeguarded by actions of certain local governments, if there are any. And we also introduced the institutionalization of the Project Development and Monitoring Facility, and also the PPP Governing Board, which we do have right now. And the PPP Governing Board is, a matter of fact, the policy-making body for PPP-related matters.
Are you pushing for its implementation before the Aquino administration?
Yes. That's and it's right now. The committee hearings, the technical committee hearings in the Congress, have been concluded, and we're hoping that the plenary sessions with respect to it will start pretty soon.
Some local and foreign business groups said that the delays in several PPP projects could hit the Philippines' competitiveness come ASEAN integration. How is the PPP Center preventing it to happen? What are the steps being taken?
Well, in terms of infrastructure projects, not all infrastructure programs come from PPP. So we do have infrastructure projects being implemented via government financing or overseas development assistance, or ODA. Probably a third of that, or close to 40% of that, would be from the PPP projects. But in terms of the ASEAN integration, I think the other countries are also preparing for interconnectivity. In our well, here in the Philippines, we've already awarded the Mactan Cebu International Airport. We are bidding out the 5 regional airports, and we are preparing for the bidding of the NAIA airport. So those are, I think those are in the advanced stages, more so from the other ASEAN countries.
So you're saying that these projects are crucial come ASEAN integration?
Yes, interconnectivity and increasing our competitiveness. Well, we have the Davao Sasa Port, which is also one of the projects that we are currently bidding out.
So what's your outlook what's your outlook on the future of the next administration? How are we continuing the projects?
Yes. We have the PPP Center established right now. We have a fully capacitated staff and officers overseeing the PPP program. We have a very robust, we have a dynamic and a robust PPP pipeline. So I think we have over 40 projects that we are preparing in coordination with the various implementing agencies. The law, if that is the PPP Act, if that is passed, that will ensure sustainability and institutionalization of the reforms that we've started. We are also extending the technical assistance provided by the various multilateral agencies in terms of continuing to build up to build an enabling environment for PPPs. So those are the initiatives or what we have right now that the next administration can use to continue with the program. And they won't have the problems that we had when we started because we started from zero, we started from scratch. The next administration, whoever wins, will have a tool, will have a ready tool to expedite infrastructure development via PPPs.
Do we expect to see many more projects under analysis, or are you going to slow down to focus only on those projects that have been implemented?
We are continuously working with the various implementing agencies in terms of conceptualizing new projects for PPPs. So there's no stopping there.
What kind of infrastructure are these?
We're looking at more social infrastructures, schools, hospitals. We're also looking at the irrigation projects that can be done via PPPs and some energy related projects.
On the side of investors, how are they gonna get return on investment for these social infrastructure projects, like the school infrastructure and the prison facilities?
Well, there are 2 modes of repayment that investors look at. First, if they charge the users, right, for the LRTs. And then the second one is the annual payments or the capacity or availability payments from government. And we normally use the second mode of repayment if mostly for infrastructure projects, social infrastructure projects.
Are you seeing any challenges in terms of how the next administration will continue this PPP robust pipeline?
It should be. I'm really hoping, because of the infrastructure requirements of the country, I'm really hoping that the next administration will adopt President Aquino's agenda of using PPP as a tool towards meeting our infrastructure requirements.
To wrap things up na lang, you have been leading the country's PPP Center for about 5 years. What lessons did PPP Center gain to achieve this level of success, and what things could other countries could learn from these challenges?
Well, first of all, we had a full political backing. So other countries adopting a PPP program should have that. And second of all, we need to be agile. We need to learn. We need to be to learn from the mistakes or the past or the mistakes of other countries, and we have to listen to the all stakeholders when we are implementing our projects, and we need to adjust immediately for whatever let's say shortcomings or for whatever improvements that we need to do to enhance the program and the implementation of the projects. We need to act fast.
All right. Thank you for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you, Christy.
We've been talking with PPP Center Executive Director Cosette Canilao about the state of the country's PPP trust. I'm Chrissy De La Paz. Thank you for watching.